How to spot and protect yourself from toxic people, the silent battle you never knew you were fighting. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling inexplicably drained, as if an unseen force had quietly chipped away at your confidence, energy, and peace? Not all battles are fought with raised voices and open conflict. Some are waged in the smallest, most subtle interactions of everyday life, against those who wear a friendly mask but harbor hidden agendas. We want to believe that people are inherently good, that those around us wish us well. But the Stoics knew better. Seneca once warned that the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, placing hope in the future while ignoring the reality of the present. The same can be said about trust. We assume kindness means sincerity, expecting fairness in return, only to realize, often too late, that some people are not who they seem. The hidden face of toxicity evil does not always announce itself with a roar. More often it whispers. It disguises itself in manipulation, deceit, and subtle cruelty. These people can be anyone: friends, family members, colleagues, even strangers who infiltrate our lives slowly, unnoticed, planting seeds of doubt, fear, and exhaustion. By the time we begin to question their behavior, they've already woven themselves into the fabric of our daily existence. One moment they flatter and charm you. The next, they belittle and undermine you. They thrive in the space between confusion and control, making you second-guess your own judgment. They create chaos, then position themselves as the only ones who can guide you through it. Their words cut, not like a blade, but like a slow, steady erosion of your self-worth. But the wise do not live in blindness. The Stoics teach us to perceive reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That strength lies in our ability to recognize these individuals for what they are, and to protect our inner world from their influence, recognizing the threat before it's too late. Toxic people are not always easy to spot. They do not wear signs declaring their intent. Instead, they manipulate slowly and methodically, making you question your instincts. The damage they cause often accumulates over time, leaving you wondering how you ever allowed them into your life. But there are patterns, there are signs, and if you learn to recognize them, you can stop the erosion before it begins. In this video, we will uncover the key traits of manipulative and toxic individuals, the psychological tactics they use to maintain control, how to fortify your mental and emotional boundaries against them, why protecting your peace is not selfish but necessary for your well-being. Toxic people do not deserve access to your energy, your mind, or your sense of self. You do not owe them endless explanations, second chances, or the benefit of the doubt, when their actions have already shown you who they truly are. Your peace is worth protecting, your energy is sacred. Your mind is worth fortifying. Your confidence should never be placed in the hands of those who seek to dismantle it. In this video, you will learn how to reclaim your power, how to walk away from toxic influences without guilt, how to set unbreakable boundaries and recognize that self-preservation is not an act of cruelty, but an act of wisdom. Stay with me until the end, and together, let's uncover the truth. Because once you see toxic people for what they are, they can no longer hold power over you. 1. They use your vulnerabilities against you. Your weaknesses are like open doors. Most people will pass by without harm, respecting the space and privacy of your inner world. But some see an opportunity. They do not enter as friends, but as invaders, seeking not to support you, but to manipulate and control. These individuals do not attack with force. They are patient. They study. They observe. They gather information like a predator stalking its prey, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. At first, they seem supportive, even caring. They listen to your struggles, nod in agreement, offering words of sympathy. But make no mistake, this is not concern, it is reconnaissance. Once they have enough information, they begin to turn your past against you. They do not want you to grow, they want you to stay small, to stay dependent, to question yourself. They drop comments disguised as concern, but laced with poison. You've never been good at this, why even try? You always overthink things, no one else sees it that way. Everyone knows you struggle with this, you're just too emotional. At first, these words may seem harmless, a slight critique, a minor doubt, but repetition is their weapon. They do not strike with one massive blow, but with 1,000 tiny cuts. They plant seeds of insecurity, carefully watering them with subtle jabs, dismissive remarks, and public belittlement. They twist your past into a chain, using old failures as proof that you are incapable of change. They bring up moments when you struggled, not to help you learn, but to make sure you never forget. They remind you of the times you doubted yourself, not to support you, but to ensure you keep doubting. But the Stoics understood this manipulation well. Epictetus warned, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. The true danger is not their words, it is how much power we allow them to have. How to protect yourself. Recognize the pattern. If someone consistently brings up your past mistakes to undermine you, understand that their goal is control, not support. Their words are a reflection of their intent, not your reality. Guard your vulnerabilities. Not everyone deserves access to your struggles. True friends uplift and empower, while manipulators seek control through guilt and shame. Set firm boundaries. If someone consistently makes you doubt yourself, step back. You do not owe anyone access to your emotions, your fears, or your past. Reframe their words. Instead of accepting their criticism as truth, recognize it as a strategy. Their goal is to keep you small. Your response? Grow beyond their expectations. A true friend will help you rise, never hold you down. 2. They are never happy for your success. A true friend rejoices in your victories, no matter how big or small. A genuine person sees your success as an inspiration, proof that growth is possible. They celebrate your hard work, acknowledge your achievements, and encourage you to keep striving. But not everyone around you shares this mindset. Some people, no matter how long they've known you, feel uneasy when you rise. They see your success not as something to be admired, but as a threat. Toxic people are not content with their own path, so they resent yours. They do not view life as a journey of self-improvement, but as a constant competition, one they cannot afford to lose. So what do? They downplay, they dismiss, they distort. That's nice, but don't let it go to your head. I did that last year. It's not a big deal. Well, anybody could do that if they really tried. At first, these comments might seem harmless. Maybe they're just teasing. Maybe they just have a different way of showing support. But over time, the pattern becomes clear. They never celebrate you. They never encourage you. Instead, they make sure your success feels smaller than it is. They won't clap for you, but they'll find the time to celebrate someone else. They won't acknowledge your effort, but they'll be the first to point out your mistakes. If you achieve something, they either pretend it didn't happen or quickly change the subject to themselves. Why do they act this way? Because your success reminds them of their own stagnation. Your growth forces them to confront an uncomfortable truth. They too could have worked harder. They too could have improved. But they didn't. And rather than using this as motivation, they choose resentment. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius warned, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A mind consumed by envy cannot find joy. How to protect yourself? Recognize the signs. If someone constantly minimizes your success or reacts with indifference, understand that their behavior is a reflection of their own insecurities, not your worth. Do not seek validation from them. Their lack of enthusiasm does not diminish your achievements. Success is not measured by the applause of others, but by the fulfillment it brings to your life. Surround yourself with those who uplift you. A strong support system consists of people who are genuinely happy when you win. Choose relationships that energize you, not those that make you second-guess yourself. Never dim your light to make them comfortable. Some people will only like you when you stay small, keep growing anyway. True strength is found in those who celebrate not just their own victories, but yours as well. B. They use flattery as a manipulation tool. Not all praise is sincere. Some words are not meant to uplift, but to ensnare. Flattery, when used as a weapon, is one of the most deceptive forms of manipulation. It feels good in the moment, but its true purpose is to make you dependent on the one who gives it. There is a difference between a genuine compliment and words crafted to control. A sincere compliment is freely given, it expects nothing in return. Manipulative flattery, however, is a calculated move, designed to disarm you, lower your guard, and make you feel indebted. Toxic individuals understand this well. They do not uplift with their praise, they use it to gain leverage. At first, their words seem harmless, even pleasant. "You're the best employee we've ever had." But soon after, they ask for favors beyond your job. "I've never met anyone as special as you." Only to later manipulate your emotions for their own benefit. "I don't know what I would do without you." A phrase used to guilt trip you into staying in an unbalanced dynamic. At first, you may feel special, valued, even appreciated. But pay attention to what follows. Their praise is rarely given freely. It always comes with an unspoken expectation. They do not admire you. They seek to control you by making you crave their validation. Why do they use flattery? To lower your defenses. When someone showers you with compliments, it feels good. Your brain releases dopamine, making you trust them more. Once trust is established, they know they can influence you. To make you feel indebted, they give excessive praise so that when they later ask for something unreasonable, you feel obligated to say yes. They expect repayment in the form of loyalty, compliance, or unquestioning obedience. To keep you under their influence, if they can make you crave their approval, They know they can subtly control your choices and actions. You may find yourself working harder for their praise, even at the expense of your own well-being. How to spot manipulative flattery. Epictetus warned, if someone lavishes too much praise upon you, watch out. It may be a trap. Here's how to tell the difference between genuine appreciation and toxic flattery. Genuine appreciation expects nothing in return. It's offered freely, without hidden motives. Manipulative flattery makes you feel obligated. If praise is immediately followed by a request, question their motives. Healthy praise is balanced. It acknowledges strengths but does not ignore reality. Over-the-top compliments that seem exaggerated are often a red flag. It makes you feel uneasy. If their words feel excessive or make you feel like you owe them something, trust your instincts. How to protect yourself. Stay grounded in your own self-worth. When you do not need external validation, you become immune to manipulative praise. You know who you are, and you do not need approval to confirm it. Do not feel pressured to return the favor. If someone gives you excessive compliments and then expects something in return, you are not obligated to comply. Pay attention to patterns. If someone frequently switches between excessive praise and guilt-tripping, they are likely using flattery as a form of control. Trust your instincts. If someone's words make you feel obligated, uneasy, or manipulated, there's a reason. Listen to that feeling. Final thought. The wise do not seek validation from manipulative tongues. A person's words mean nothing if their actions do not align. Keep your sense of self strong, and no amount of false praise will ever control you. 4. They exploit your kindness. Kindness is one of the greatest virtues a person can have. It has the power to heal, to uplift, and to create deep, meaningful connections. But when placed in the wrong hands, kindness can be twisted into a tool of manipulation. Some people do not see generosity as something to appreciate, but as something to exploit. They recognize kindness, not as an admirable trait, but as an opportunity. If you are always willing to give, they will always be willing to take. At first, their requests may seem small. A favor here, a little help there. But over time, the pattern becomes clear. They ask for favors without gratitude. They borrow without returning. They lean on you endlessly while offering nothing in return. When they need something, they are quick to call you, framing their request as urgent, as if you are the only person who can help them. You're the only one I can rely on, they say, but when you need them, they vanish. How they take advantage of your kindness. They test your limits early. It starts small. A ride home, a borrowed book, a little extra help with work. But with each yes, their requests escalate. The more you give, the more they demand. They use guilt to control you. If you hesitate to help, they turn the situation around. I thought you cared about me. After everything I've done for you, I don't have anyone else to ask. They make themselves the victim. They always have a crisis. Something is always going wrong, and they need you to fix it. But when you're struggling, they're nowhere to be found. They never reciprocate. A balanced relationship is built on mutual support. But with these individuals, the effort is one-sided. They take, but they never give. The Stoic perspective on generosity. The Stoics valued kindness, but they also understood the importance of wisdom in giving. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, be tolerant with others, but strict with yourself. This does not mean allowing yourself to be used. It means knowing the difference between helping and being exploited. How to protect yourself from manipulative takers. Recognize the pattern. If someone always needs something from you but never offers anything in return, take note. A real friend supports you not just when it benefits them, but because they genuinely care. Learn to say no. Saying no does not make you selfish. It makes you strong. If your yes is expected, not appreciated, it's time to set boundaries. Give where it is valued, not where it is expected. Generosity should be an exchange of trust and appreciation. Give to those who recognize the effort, not to those who see it as their entitlement. Observe their reaction to boundaries. When you finally say no, watch how they respond. Do they respect your limits? Or do they lash out, guilt trip, or disappear? Their reaction will tell you everything you need to know. Surround yourself with those who give as much as they take. The best relationships are built on reciprocity. If you find yourself constantly drained, reevaluate who you are investing your time and energy into. Final thoughts. Protecting your peace. To give freely is noble. To give without limits to those who only take is foolish. A truly worthy relationship is built on mutual respect, not one-sided sacrifice. Protect your kindness, not by withholding it, but by sharing it with those who truly deserve it. In life, we cross paths with two types of people. Those who lift us higher. They encourage our growth, support our journey, and celebrate our successes. Their presence brings clarity, strength, and motivation. Those who drain our energy, they manipulate, deceive, and erode our sense of self. Their presence clouds our judgment, stirs self-doubt, and leaves us feeling exhausted. The difference between peace and chaos often lies in our ability to recognize these people and distance ourselves from those who do not have our best interests at heart. At first, toxic individuals may not be easy to spot. They often disguise themselves as friends, mentors, or even loved ones who claim to care for you. They may offer words of encouragement, only to later use them as leverage. They may seem to support you, but their actions tell another story. Why protecting your peace matters. Your mental well-being depends on it. Just as you would protect your home from an intruder, you must protect your mind from those who bring toxicity into your life. Letting the wrong people in can cloud your vision, distort your reality, and hinder your progress. Your energy is finite. Spend it wisely. There are people who will appreciate, nurture, and reciprocate your kindness, and there are those who will only take. Know the difference. Your energy should be spent on those who truly value you, not those who drain you. Your future depends on the company you keep. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and our thoughts are influenced by those we surround ourselves with. If we allow toxic people to occupy our space, their negativity will seep into our minds, distorting our perception of ourselves and the world. How to protect your peace and strengthen your boundaries. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Do not dismiss the warning signs. Your intuition is your first line of defense. Protect your energy. Toxic people will try to manipulate you into believing that their needs are more important than your well-being. Do not fall into this trap. Your peace is not up for negotiation. Never allow anyone to dim your light. People who seek to control or diminish you do so because they recognize your power. Do not shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Recognize who truly values you. Not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. Some wear masks, hiding their true nature until it's too late. Master the art of silence and detachment. Some battles are not worth fighting. Some explanations are not worth giving. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. The shield of awareness. Spot toxicity before it controls you. Toxic people operate best in the shadows, where their manipulation can go unnoticed. But once you learn to recognize the signs, they lose their power over you. Common toxic behaviors to watch out for: they constantly take but never give. They twist your words and make you doubt yourself. They diminish your success instead of celebrating it. They push your boundaries and make you feel guilty for saying no. They play the victim to escape accountability. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. Have you ever encountered someone who displayed these toxic traits? Let's start a conversation about how we can protect our peace and stand strong against manipulation. Type, "My peace is worth fighting for," if you are committed to guarding your well-being. Don't forget to like this video. It helps spread awareness and empowers others to recognize toxic influences. Subscribe to Stoic Wisdom for more powerful insights on self-mastery, emotional resilience, and navigating relationships with clarity. Share this wisdom with those who need it, because everyone deserves to live a life free from manipulation and toxicity. Stay strong, stay aware. Your peace is priceless, and it is yours to protect.